Good afternoon and welcome to Clark Gay Complex here at East Central Community College in Mississippi, home of the Warriors. The Stars will be the visiting team taking on St. Charles. And leading off will be Gabe Kutencooler. Kutencooler coming off a 4-for-4 performance. And he will take the first pitch fastball knee high for strike one. He was 4-for-4 in the Stars' last game against Bossier Parish with a pair of walks to go with it. And he will swing on the slider that time. 0-2 now for Kutencooler at the plate. On the mound for St. Charles will be number 18. Right-hander with a four-seam, two-seam slider mix. And another slider taken on the outside corner for strike three. And that will be the first out here in the first inning. I'm sorry, never mind. Count is 1-2. And this slider is popped over the second baseman's head into the right center gap. Kutencooler rounds first, heads for second, and the throw into second base is offline, and Kutencooler will be aboard with a leadoff double. Batting in the two-hole now, coming to the plate, is Dawson Szymanski.
Number 14, Dawson Szymanski.
He'll come up with Kutencooler on second base. Still nobody out here in the first inning. And the fastball that time is yanked into the left-handed batter's box for a leadoff ball for Szymanski, a 1-0 count. And fastball that time is fouled straight back and out of play. 1-1 the count now for Szymanski. In the on-deck circle is number 12, Gavin Murphy. He'll be the DH here. And this first game of the day for the Stars will be a 9-inning game. I believe the run rule will be similar to what it was during the regional and World Series tournaments, where it's 10 after 5, 8 after 7. And slider that time is swung on and fouled back as well. 1-2 the count now. At home plate for Szymanski. And the slider that time catches the inside corner. And that will be strike three to Szymanski. So that'll be the first out as Gavin Murphy comes up to bat. Murphy, a freshman from Choudrent, Louisiana. And first pitch slider taken for a strike on the outside corner once again. 0-1 the count. And another slider. This one a little bit farther outside, possibly down. 1-1 the count now. Fastball on the outside corner, swung on and missed. 1-2 the count now. One out here in the top of the first. And another two-seam fastball, this one far enough outside. 2-2 the count now for Murphy. And here in Decatur, Mississippi, the wind blowing out to left field at roughly 8 to 10 miles an hour. So it'll be a good day to be a right-handed hitter. And Murphy swings and misses on the outside slider for strike 3. Be the second out here. And I'll bring in Jacob Ambrose. He'll be catching here in
Number
game
11,
1.
Jacob Ambrose.
Ambrose was all-region catcher last year in Region 2. And the fastball is yanked to the left-handed batter's box once again. 1-0 the count. The second time this inning that first pitch fastball hasn't landed. And a changeup that time, grounded to the shortstop. He's bobbling it in the infield. Ambrose is still out at first base, and that will bring an end to the top of the first. So after a leadoff double, the Stars go down 1-2-3 on 2 strikeouts and a ground out to shortstop.
And 1 left on base.
Welcome back for the bottom half of the first. On the mound for the Stars will be John Dempcher, sophomore from Argyle High School in Texas.
Leading off the bottom of the first for the Cougars. Number 6, Connor Earlywine.
Was up to 93 miles an hour in the fall and sat 90 in his last start. And the first pitch outside and low, ball 1. Dempcher, a 4-pitch mix with a fastball, sinker, changeup, slider. And changeup that time is also outside. 2-0 the count. And another pitch low and away as the batter squared around for the bunt attempt but held back. 3-0 the count. And another pitch low for ball 4. And St. Charles will have a runner aboard after 4 straight pitches on the leadoff walk.
Number 12, Nick Beach.
And first pitch fastball that time catches the inside part. 0-1 the count on the 2-seamer. And picked to first, the runner back safely with plenty of time. 0-1 the count at home plate, nobody out, and a runner on first. And another pickoff move to first. Safe once again. And another pitch, Fastball swung on and fouled straight back to the backstop. 0-2 the count now for Dempcher. And another fastball. This one swung on and missed for strike 3. And Dempcher will have his first strikeout here today. So after the leadoff walk, Dempcher bounces back with a strikeout. Bring in the 3-hole. Number 5 for St. Charles. And that one is going to be off his. And they're going to say that it was off his hand initially, but they are going to talk about it, as it sounded like it did catch the knob of his bat. And they're going to say that it was a foul ball off the knob of his bat as he makes his way back to to home plate. Excuse me. So it'd be a 0-1 count as runners head back. And another picked move to first. And this one a little closer, but still same result. Safe after the tag by Cooler. And slider that time low and held off. 1-1 the count. Behind Dempcher for the Stars, behind the plate will be Jacob Ambrose. At third base will be Gabe Cooler. And another pitch. Fouled. Never mind. They're going to say that it didn't hit off the bat initially, so he will head down to first base on the hit by pitch. So it'll be runners at first and second with 1 out. And I'll bring in the cleanup batter for St. Charles, number 1. And a fastball outside, ball 1. Yeah, runner takes off for third, and the delay steal at second, and an errant throw by Ambrose behind the plate, and he will be safe. So runners will advance to second and third. One out here in the bottom of the first. And a fastball swung on and fouled straight back. 2-1 the count now for Dempcher. Another fastball fouled and off home plate for the second strike. So even count now at 2 apiece. And the 2-2 from Dempcher. And the slider low and away is held off, and that'll run the count full now, 3-2. And the payoff pitch coming up. And this one is popped up into the infield. It appears that Irby has a beat on it at second base, and he will make the catch for the second out here in the first. I'll bring in number 37 for St. Charles. Batting in the 5-hole.
37, Braden Baker.
So 2 outs now for Dempcher with runners at second and third. And changeup is grounded out of reach from Irby at second base. Tolley has it, and the throw in will not be in time, and 2 runs will come around to score. So score now 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Number 28, Camden Webcake.
And the first pitch fastball gets away from Ambrose, and the runner will advance to second base. So 1-0 count for Dempster now, and a runner on second with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And another two-seamer swung on and fouled back. Even count once again at 1-1. Another fastball, this one low. 2-1 the count now for Dempster. And changeup that time is swung on and missed. 2-2. As he swung over the top of that one. And the fastball that time low and in and laid off. And another full count for Dempster on the mound. Another payoff pitch here in the first inning. And that one runs in and hits him, and he will head down to first base. And we will have time called as Coach Dow heads out to the mound. So we're set to resume play. Coming up to bat in the 7 hole is number 14, a lefty.
Number 14, Luke Erickson.
And he'll come up with runners at first and second with 2 outs. And a fastball gets by Ambrose, and there will be no throw at the base as runners will move up to second and third. So 1-0 the count now. And that fastball low. 2-0 the count now. And another changeup that time outside low. 3-0 the count now. And that fastball, they're going to say that he balked, and runners will advance as a run comes in, making it 3-0. So there was no pitch. Score now 3-0 St. Charles. So a runner at third now with 2 outs. And the changeup that time taken down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 count now for Dempster. And this one swung on and fouled out of play. Another full count. And another one swung on, 2-seamer. And missed enough of the barrel to go out of play. And that one is low, gets away from the catcher. And a run comes in to score. Score now 4-0. It looked like slider that time, low and away. 1-0. Fastball down the middle, taken for strike one. So even count once again. Runner at first with 2 outs here. 4 have already come across. And this one's lined up the middle, and Irby will not be able to make the play. And he will be aboard with a single. And I'll bring in the 9-hole number 7 for St. Charles.
Number 7, Henry Tufa.
Runners at first and second. And the first pitch low, ball 1. And a fake move to second, no throw on the play. So still a 1-0 count, and that'll count as his 1 step off for the at-bat. Any other time he steps off in this AB, he'll have to throw, otherwise it's a ball. And this one is lined into left field. Simonelli ranging back towards the wall, and he will look up, and this one is going to be out of here for a 3-run home run. And we will have time called, and it looks like we will have a pitching change. So we will take a break and be right back for the bottom of the first. So now pitching for the Stars will be Austin Hillebrandt. He'll come in the bottom of the first with 2 outs.
Number 6, Connor Earlywine.
And he'll have the top of the order as leadoff batter comes up once again here in the first inning. And first pitch breaking ball taken for strike 1. And fastball that time is fouled down the left field line and out of play. So quickly an 0-2 count for Hillebrandt. And this one's grounded back up to middle to Hillebrandt, and he will flip it to first for the 3rd out. And that'll bring it into the first inning. The score now 7-0 Cougars. So Chase Irby, the second baseman, will step in here for the leadoff batter, and he will take that fastball on the outside part for strike one. And slider outside, swung on and missed for strike two. 0-2 now for Irby at home plate. And that fastball swung on, foul tipped. And the catcher unable to hang on for strike three. So still at 0-2 count. And that slider gets away from him on the mound. 1-2 is that one in the far part of the left-handed batter's box. So the 1-2 from Irby. And the pitch. And another breaking ball. This one bounces towards home plate and gets away from the catcher. 2-2 the count now as things even back up. And this one's grounded softly to the shortstop. And the throw to first will be in time for the first out. Now bring up to the plate left fielder Ty Simonelli with one out here in the second inning.
Number 2, Ty Simonelli.
So Simonelli will step in. Righty-lefty matchup. And the first pitch fastball gets away from the catcher, 1-0. As it looked to be a little far inside. And another fastball low and in. Another one gets away from catcher, 2-0. So 2-0 for Simonelli, and the pitch. And that breaking ball catches the inside part, so 2-1 with one out here in the top of the second. And that fastball catches the inside corner as well, so quickly a 2-2 count after starting out 2-0. And this one's grounded to the first baseman. He'll have it on the dive, and the flip to the pitcher covering is in time for the second out. And they'll bring in the center fielder, Kyle Tolley, with two outs here in the top half of the second.
Number 22, Kyle Tolley.
And first pitch slider that time, laid off outside, 1-0. And this one grounded to this shortstop, and the throw to first will be in time as well as Tolley rolls over on the slider, and that will be the third out here in the top of the second. Score is still 7-0 Cougars, and we'll be back for the bottom half in just a minute. So back on the mound for the Stars in the bottom of the second will be Hillebrandt. He finished off the first with a grounder to himself that he flipped to first base. And now batting will be number 12 for the Cougars. He struck out in his first AB of the day. And first pitch is low for ball one. And another fastball. This one taken for strike one. So even count. And the fastball lined into left field. Simonelli barely has to move, and he will haul it in for the first out. So one down here in the bottom half of the second.
Number 5, Aiden Haberly.
Now batting in the 3-hole, number 5. Hit by a pitch in his first AB. And the first pitch half-heartedly swung on for a strike. Likely thought he was going to get a fastball, but got slider instead. And the fastball grounded back up the middle. It's off his foot. Irby has it. The throw to first is in time. And a great stretch from Kutenkeuler at first base. Gets him. And what will go down as a 1-4-3 ground out.
Number 1, Grant Hibner.
Yeah, great play by Irby and Kutenkeuler in the infield. And the first pitch curveball taken on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 for Hillebrandt. Now batting number 1, the cleanup hitter. And that curveball stays inside, and he will head down to first base on the hit by pitch. So after 2 quick outs, a hit by pitch will extend the inning. Runner on first with 2 outs. And now batting number 37. He singled in his first AB of the day. And the runner takes off for second. And there'll be no throw as the exchange is bobbled by Embreeze behind home plate. So 1-0 count, and a runner will be on second. And Cutter that time swung on and missed. And pulled his head up a little bit. And that was all Hillebrandt's Cutter needed to dodge away. And pick to second is not in time. Tried to catch him napping at second base. So 1-1 count with 2 outs for Hillebrandt on the mound. And another pick attempt. And runner will be safe at third as the curveball was taken for strike 2. So 2 really good jumps for the runner from the Cougars. And they'll have a runner on third now with 2 outs. And Cutter that time is swung on, and it is foul down the right field line and out of play for Szymanski. So things will stay put at 1-2. And the pitch from Hillebrandt. And changeup that time fouled straight back. Yeah, it looked like he slowed it down a little bit to try and stay on plane. So another 1-2 count for Hillebrandt. And the fastball just a tad outside. 2-2 the count. And the fastball outside swung on and missed for strike 3. And that will bring it into the second. The score still 7-0 Cougars. And welcome back for the top half of the third. Leading off for the Stars will be Bo Cooler. Following him will be Alex Showalter, and in the hole will be Gabe
Leading off
Cooler.
the top of the third for the Stars, number 4, Bo Cooler.
So Cooler will step in to get things started here in the top of the third. And that first pitch bounces towards home plate. 1-0 the count, and it looked to be fastball that time. And the breaking ball that time is swung on and pulled down the third baseline, foul. So a 1-1 count now for Cooler. So far, the Stars have one hit through 2 innings. And that slider taken for strike 2. So the 1-2 and the pitch. Another one, this one grounded to the second baseman. And it will be thrown to first in plenty of time for the first out, as Cooler grounds out on the slider. That'll bring in the 9-hole Alex Showalter with 1 out here in the top of the third.
Number 8, Alex Showalter.
And first pitch cutter that time it looked like, taken high for strike 1. As it had a little bit of cutting action. And the fastball swung on and fouled at home plate. And it will be off the plate and run into Showalter himself. So 0-2 the count. And the slider half-heartedly swung on, and they're going to say that he went for strike 3, and that'll be the second out. I'll bring in the top of the order as Gabe Cooler comes up to bat. Had a double in his
Number 6,
leadoff
Gabe
appearance.
Cooler.
And first pitch slider that time is swung on and fouled straight back. 0-1 the count. And that fastball's turned around into center field. The center fielder ranging back towards the wall. And he will make the play on the warning track for the third out. That will bring it into the top of the third. The score still 7-0 Cougars. And we'll be right back. And welcome back for the bottom half of the third. Score 7-0 Cougars. And due up for the Cougars will be the 6, 7, and 8. Now batting number 28, he was hit by a pitch in the first inning. And back out on the mound is Hillebrandt. Recorded his first strikeout of the day last inning. And the first pitch fastball high, swung on and missed for strike one. And this one grounded to the shortstop. Showalter has it. And the throw to first will be in time as Cooter brings it in. And that will be the first out here in the bottom of the third. Now batting number 14. He walked in his last plate appearance. And so far, Hillebrandt has been getting ahead and early often. And slider that time is yanked and runs into him. So runner will head down to first on the hit by pitch. I'll bring in number 4, who singled in his last appearance. And behind Hillebrandt, Embry's catching. At third base is Gabe Cooter, shortstop Alex Showalter, second base Chase Irby, and first base Bo Cooter. And the first pitch changeup that time is low and in, ball one. In the outfield from left to right will be Ty Simonelli, Kyle Tolley, and in right field will be Dawson Szymanski. And the pickoff to first, the tag not in time by Cooter, and it was a somewhat close play. So Hillebrandt set once again to deliver the 1-0. Another pickoff move, and once again safe at first base. And another changeup. This one catches the inside corner. 1-1 now for Hillebrandt. And another pick to first. And same result, safe. And that one runs in and hits him in the arm as he will head down to first base. Back-to-back hit by pitches. And that will lead to runners at first and second with one out here in the third. Number 7 coming into bat. He had a 3-run home run his last appearance and put the Cougars up 7-0 in the first inning. So runners at first and second, and one out here in the bottom of the third. And the breaking ball stays high, 1-0. And pick to second, the throw a little to the second base side, and the tag not in time. And it would have been a much closer play had the throw been to the shortstop side. And Embreeze gives some defensive signals to the infield. And a fastball high and away, ball 2. And the fastball that time, a little bit closer to the strike zone, swung on and missed. 2-1 now for Hillebrandt. And this one lined back up the middle. Irby dives, and it is by him into center field. They'll wave the runner around third, and he will be home safely for the 8th run for the Cougars. And now the top of the order coming up. number 6, grounded back to the pitcher, his last appearance. So same situation here for Hillebrand. Runners at first and second with 1 out.
Connor Earlywine.
And the pitch from Hillebrand. And they'll square around, and he will pull back in plenty of time as he will lay off the cutter outside, 1-0. And this one's popped up in the infield. Irby and no Showalter will call for it, and he will make the play for the second out. And they'll bring in number 12. He lined out to Simonelli in left field, his last appearance. So 2 outs now with runners at first and second.
Number 12, Nick Beach.
And first pitch slider away, that time 1-0. And this one's lined into the left center gap. Tolley ranging back to center field. And it's going to be gone for a 3-run home run. And that will put the Cougars up 11-0. And that will bring in the 3-hole. Number 5 coming into bat. 0 for 1 on the day with a hit by pitch.
Number 5, Aiden Haberly.
And first pitch fastball high, ball 1. And another fastball. This one fouled straight back. 1-1 the count now for Hillebrand. And that fastball in the dirt, ball 2 now. 2-1 count with 2 outs here in the third. And fastball on the outside part, swung on and missed. 2-2. And the pitch from Hillebrand is fouled down the third base side to the dugout. So things will stay tied at 2-2. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And fastball around the eyes, 3-2 now the count. So a payoff pitch once again for Hillebrand. And the fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will bring it into the third inning. Score now 11-0 Cougars, and we'll be back for the top half of the fourth. Now batting for the Stars here in the top of the fourth will be right fielder Dawson Szymanski. And first pitch breaking ball taken for strike one on the inside part. As it started out, looked like it started out right around his belt and came back in for strike one. And another slider, this one on the outside part, swung on and missed. 0-2 now for Szymanski. And a fastball down the middle taken for strike three. And Szymanski strikes out on 3 straight pitches for the first out here in the top of the fourth. Now batting the designated hitter Gavin Murphy.
Number 12, Gavin Murphy.
He'll come up with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. And fastball that time to start the AB is outside. 1-0 the count for Murphy. And breaking ball that time is low and in. 2-0. And another breaking ball. This one catches the zone inside corner. 2-1. So the 2-1 for Murphy and the pitch. Another breaking ball, high and away, swung on and missed. 2-2 now. So even count with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. And fastball low and away, taken for ball 3. So full count now for Murphy. And he's worked his way into the payoff pitch coming up. And the breaking ball taken on the outside corner for strike 3. That'll be the second out here in the fourth.
Number 11, Jacob Ambrose.
And now batting the catcher Jacob Ambrose. He grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. No, you're good. And he will take a swing on the fastball, and it will be fouled straight back for the first strike. So the 0-1 for Ambrose coming up. And he will watch the slider outside in the left-handed batter's box for ball 1. So even count, 1-1. And this one's lined back up the middle and right at the second baseman for the third out. So that will bring it into the top of the fourth. Score still 11-0 Cougars, and we'll be back for the bottom half. So coming into pitch now for the bottom half of the fourth will be Seth Gray. He'll be given the task of keeping things where they are, and we'll have a substitution behind home plate. Coming in to catch will be Yadi Canales. He'll be
Number
coming
1,
in
Greg
for
Hibner.
Jacob Ambrose. Now batting Now batting the 4-hole. He was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. And first pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play, 0-1. And that time in the dirt, I believe, with the changeup, 1-1. And fastball high and in that time. 2-1 the count now. And breaking ball low and away in the dirt. 3-1 the count now for Seth Gray on the mound. Seth Gray, another one of the freshmen on the Stars pitching staff. He's had a few innings of work so far this season. And that fastball will be inside for ball 4. And the Cougars will start off the fourth with a leadoff walk.
Number 37, Braden Major.
Now batting number 37. He struck out in his last at-bat against Hillebrand. He'll come in with nobody out. And this one's fouled out of play down the first base side, 0-1. He struck out to Hillebrand in his last at-bat. And he'll come up with a runner on first and nobody out here to start the fourth. And the runner picked off at first base, and they will run him down. And Kutencooler will make the tag, and a rather unfortunate fall in the base path. But that will be the first out nonetheless. So the runner will be erased. So 0-1 with nobody on. And one out here in the fourth. And fastball that time low and swung on and missed. So 0-2 count and a rather half-hearted swing at that. And the pitch from Seth. And this one's in the dirt and bounces towards home plate, 1-2. And Canales has done a good job in this inning of keeping balls in front of him. And another changeup, or slider that time rather, low and away, 2-2. And another one swung on and missed. This one's in the dirt. And the throw to first is in time. And that will be the second out. As Seth Gray records a second out with a strikeout. And they'll bring in number 28, who grounded out to Showalter at shortstop in his last appearance.
Number 28, Camden Webcade.
He's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch today. And the first pitch fastball taken up around the letters for strike one. And another fastball. This one swung on and fouled back. 0-2 now. As batter late on that one. So 0-2 from Seth coming up. And the pitch. And the slider is half-heartedly swung at, and they're going to say that he did not go as he held up in time for ball one. So the 1-2 now from Gray on the mound. And that breaking ball drops in for strike three, and back-to-back strikeouts will end the bottom half of the fourth. The score still 11-0 Cougars. So back out on the mound here for the top of the 5th will be number 18. He's got 5 strikeouts so far in this one, and no walks, no hit by pitches. Due up for the Stars will be the 5, 6, and 7, Chase Irby, Ty Simonelli, and Kyle Tolley. Irby grounded out to the shortstop in his first AB of the day. And he will get things going here in the top of the 5th. And I do believe the run rules will be the rules played in regionals and College World Series, where it's 10 after 5 and 8 after 7, even though this is a 9-inning game. So the Stars will need to push across 2 runs to keep the game going as Irby steps in. And first pitch fastball knee high taken for strike 1.
Number 13, Chase Irby.
And a slider low and away, swung on and missed, 0-2. And this one is hit to right field. It's in foul territory. First baseman ranging for it. And I believe that he may have collided with the wall. No, he appears to be okay. But the ball was out of play, so still an 0-2 count. And the pitch. And another slider, this one low. 1-2 the count. And a good job by Irby to lay off that one. And this one's grounded, chopped over the pitcher into the hole. And the second baseman will field it, but no throw to first. And Irby will be aboard with a single. Stars' second hit of the game. And I'll bring in the left fielder, Ty Simonelli.
Ty Simonelli.
He grounded out to the first baseman in his last appearance. And he'll come up with nobody out and a runner on first here in the top of the 5th. And a breaking ball that time taken down the middle for strike 1. Not much of a lead for Irby at first base. And that fastball low and in, likely low. 1-1 the count now for Simonelli. And breaking ball that time high and away, doesn't come back in far enough to get the backdoor call. 2-1.
I had to work this morning. I'm doing good. How about yourself? Good deal.
Another attempt at the backdoor breaking ball. This one called for a strike. Even count once again at 2-2. Still nobody out here in the top of the 5th. And Irby at first base still relatively close. And fastball away on the pitch out. And that'll run the count full, 3-2.
Do what now? Oh, I didn't bat at all.
So payoff pitch coming up.
I heard that.
And the breaking ball swung on. And it looked to be about chest high, and this one's fouled down the right field side. So once again, a full count. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And another breaking ball. This one fouled down the third base side. Pitch number 8 now. And looked like the same pitch in the same spot.
Looked like it, don't it?
And Simonelli presented enough of his bat to foul it off. So payoff pitch. And this one is low and in for ball 4, and Simonelli will be aboard with a walk. So after a leadoff single and a
Number
walk,
22, Cal Tolley.
Stars now have runners at first and second with nobody out. And now batting will be Kyle Tolley. He grounded out to the shortstop in his last appearance. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. And first pitch slider catches the outside corner for strike one. And a lot of first pitch breaking balls to right-handed batters on the outside part of the plate today so far. And it's fared quite well as it's kept the Stars off the scoreboard and off the base paths. Another slider, this one low, although it is outside. 1-1. And Tolley squares around. He bunts it down the third baseline, and it stays fair. A perfect bunt by Kyle Tolley, and he's aboard with a base hit bunt. And that'll load up the bases. So now stepping in will be the first baseman, Bo Kutencooler. Grounded out to the second baseman his last time. And it looks like we're going to have time called as the catcher comes to talk to the pitcher. And on the bunt attempt by Tolley, it looked like it may have caught the lip of the grass, but still stayed in fair territory. And that'll be something to keep an eye on later in game 2 today and also the game tomorrow. How the ball rolls down the first and third line on bunt attempts. So Bo Kutencooler will step in with the bases loaded and nobody out. And fastball outside, taken for a ball, 1-0. And Kutencooler fights one off the fists, and it's caught by the shortstop. And they will double up Simonelli at second base. And there'll be 2 outs now with runners at the corners.
Number 8, Alex Showalter.
Now batting in the 9-hole, Alex Showalter struck out in his last at-bat. And there'll be 2 outs here in the top of the fifth for Showalter and runners at the corners. And another first pitch breaking ball, and another called strike. 0-1. And the slider that time looked to be about around the letters. And the fastball that time in the left-handed batter's box. The throw to second base on the delay steal by Tolley is not in time, and no tag is applied as he'll be there safely. So 1-1 count for Showalter, and runners at second and third. And a single in the gap will get both runners home safely and extend the ball game. And this one's off the cap into shallow center field. Tolley rounds third, heads home. The throw from center field is on line. And he bobbles the catch at home plate, and 2 runs will come in to score. And Showalter will be standing on second with a 2 RBI double. Score now 11-2 Cougars. And the top of the order now due up for the Stars as Gabe Kutencooler steps in. Lined out to the center field. Lined out to center field in the right center gap last time. And we're going to have time called as the coach for the Cougars heads out to the mound. And they do have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. So we'll get set to resume play here in the top half of the fifth. 2 runs already across for the Stars, and coming up to bat at the top of the order as Gabe Kutencooler steps in. Lined out to the center fielder in the right center gap last time. And he will take the first pitch fastball for strike 1. Up around the letters, 0-1. And runner on second, as Showalter had the 2 RBI double. And breaking ball that time outside and into left-handed batter's box. 1-1. Gabe is 1 for 2 today with a double. And this one swung on and popped up toward the right-hand side. The first baseman is going to get out of the way. The second baseman handles it, and that will be the third out here in the fifth. Score now 11-2 Cougars, and we'll be back for the bottom half here in a second. So we'll get started here in the bottom half of the fifth. 11-2 the score, and Seth Gray back out on the mound. And the first pitch taken on the inside part for strike 1. Stars able to push across 2 runs in that last half inning. And another fastball swung on and missed. 0-2 now.
Correction, number 3, Dylan Small.
And breaking ball low and away, taken for a ball. 1-2. And coming in as a replacement is number 3. He'll be batting in the 3-hole, replacing number 5, who is 0 for 2 today with a hit by pitch. And that pitch seems to have crossed up the catcher and bounces to the third base dugout. 2-2 the count now. And fastball swung on, fouled straight back. Things will stay put at 2-2. And the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that one is high and in. 3-2 the count now for Seth Gray. So the payoff pitch coming up. And this one is yanked into the left-handed batter's box for ball 4. And that'll be a leadoff walk to start things off here in the 5th. Now batting number 4.
Cooper Robertson.
He's 1 for 1 today with a hit by pitch. And first pitch taken, ball 1-0. And the pick to first. The tag is in time, and they're going to get him at first base. And the first base coach for St. Charles is not happy with the call. And it seemed like a close play, but it looked like he got back in time. So that'll be the first out. So 1 out now. Nobody on, and a 1-0 count for Gray on the mound. And that one catches the outside corner. Even count, 1-1. And another fastball. This one fouled down the right field line and out of play. 1-2. So 1-2 for Gray on the mound with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th. And the fastball outside is laid off. 2-2 the count as things even back up once again. And this one grounded to the second baseman. Irby will field it cleanly, and the throw to first is in time for the second out. 4-3 ground ball. Now bring in the 9-hole number 7. 2 for 2 today with a home run. And he was responsible for giving the Cougars the 7-0 lead in the first inning.
Henry Kufa.
And the first pitch is swung on and fouled. 0-1. And the fastball that time crosses behind the batter. 1-1. And another fastball, this one outside now. 2-1. And a correction in the opposite direction, still too far outside. 2-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th. And this one is swung on and fouled out of play on the right side. 2-2. And Gray 1 strike away from getting out of the inning and keeping the score 11-2. And this one is swung on and miss. And the tag by Canales will be there for strike 3. And that'll bring it into the 5th. Score still 11-2. And we'll be right back. And welcome back for the top half of the sixth. Now batting right fielder Dawson Szymanski, 0 for 2 today. And we're going to have a replacement coming in for the designated hitter Gavin Murphy.
Number 14, Dawson Szymanski.
Coming in to bat for Murphy and sitting in the on-deck circle will be Tanner Powell. And Szymanski steps in for his AB. And he will take the first pitch fastball high and away, ball one. And fastball that time catches the inside corner. 1-1 now as things even up. And slider that time outside, swung on and missed. 1-2. And a final look for the starter for St. Charles. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 runs surrendered on 4 hits through 4 2/3 innings of work. And fastball high in that time. And is taken for a ball. 2-2 now for Szymanski as things even back up once again. And that one yanked into left-handed batter's box, and that'll run the count full 3-2. So a payoff pitch for Szymanski coming up. And this one is outside for ball 4, and Szymanski will be aboard with a leadoff walk here in the top half of the sixth. So that'll bring in the replacement Tanner Powell from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Number 32, Tanner Powell.
Graduated from Parkview Baptist. And he's already had quite a few ABs so far this season, as he will swing on the first pitch fastball for strike 1.
I think I'm gonna walk up and watch SouthArk for a little bit, because this one won't start till around 5.
And another fastball swung on and fouled back out of play. 0-2.
On everybody.
Yeah, we got too much going on today.
So back-to-back fastballs for Powell, and he's now in an 0-2 count with a runner on first and nobody out. And that fastball knee-high taken for strike 3. And that'll be the first out here in the top of the sixth. Now batting catcher Yadi Canales. He came in last inning as a defensive replacement for Jacob Ambrose, getting his first AB today. And that one's going to bounce off the catcher's glove, and Szymanski will advance to second base. And that'll be a 1-0 count for Canales at home plate. Canales has also gotten quite a few looks now in the last couple games. And this one bounces towards home plate, and Szymanski will move up another 90 feet. 2-0 for Canales with 1 out and a runner on third now. So a 2-0 count. And that fastball in the outside corner swung on and missed. 2-1. And Canales had quite the hack on that one. Tried to pull it over the left field fence. And this one in the left-handed batter's box bounces. 3-1. And this one is popped straight up, and the catcher, ranging in foul territory, makes the catch for the second out, as one catcher pops out to the other. And they'll bring in the 5-hole and second baseman Chase Irby. He had a single in his last AB. and got things going last half inning,
Number 13, Chase Kirby.
giving the Stars the 2 runs they needed to extend the ball game. And first pitch fastball low and away, ball 1. 2 outs for Irby and a runner 90 feet away. And this one's lined into center field. The center fielder running straight back. And he will make the play on the run, heading back towards dead center for the 3rd out. And that will bring it into the top half of the 6th. The score is still 11-2 Cougars. And we'll be right back. And welcome back for the bottom half of the 6th. Score is still 11-2 Cougars. And back on the mound will be Seth Gray. Has 3 strikeouts so far in his appearance out of the bullpen. And he will be faced with the 1, 2, and 3 for the Cougars lineup.
Early wing line.
And the first pitch is high and away, ball 1. Batter popped up to the shortstop in his last appearance. And this one is swung on, foul tip. 1-1 now the count. And Gray, the changeup outside, 2-1. And the pitch from Gray coming up. And this one catches the outside corner as things even back up once again at 2-2 to lead off the inning. And the pitch. And this one is swung on and fouled back out of play on the left-hand side. Things will stay put at 2-2. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And this one is high up around eye level. And that'll run the count full now, 3-2. And Gray set to deliver the payoff pitch. And another one swung on. This one fouled straight back. Pitch number 9 coming up. And this one outside for ball 4. And a leadoff walk to start off the bottom half of the 6th.
Number 12, Nick Beach.
I'll bring in number 12. He homered in his last appearance. And a fastball that time taken for strike 1. Looked to be on the upper side of the strike zone. So 0-1 count for Gray with runner on first and nobody out. And this one is lined into shallow right field. It's going to get down in front of Szymanski. And they're going to get it in and limit the damage as runners move up 90 feet. Runners at first and second now with nobody out. And now batting number 5. 0 for 2 today with a hit by pitch.
Number 5, Aiden Haberly.
Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. And this one grounded to the third baseman. He'll step on third. The throw across to first base is in time as Gabe throws it to his older brother, Bo. And Bo appeared to be clipped a little bit as the runner went by first base. Nevertheless, the double play will give them 2 outs. And they'll just be a runner at second now. And we'll have a substitution coming in for number 1. Number 11 now batting as he takes the curveball for strike 1.
Ryan McDonald.
And looked like breaking ball that time backs up on him. 1-1 the count. And this curveball bounces towards home plate, and Canales keeps it in front to keep the runner from advancing. 2-1 now the count. And this one gets away from Canales as it is in the far side of the left-handed batter's box. 3-1 now as the runner moves up to third. And the winning run 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. And that fastball on the outside corner, and it is going to be called a strike, and that runs the count full now, 3-2, with 2 outs here. And the payoff pitch from Gray coming up as he is set to deliver. And outside for ball 4. So runners at the corners now, still 2 outs. And they'll bring in the 5-hole, number 37. 1 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts.
Number 37, Braden Major.
And a fastball high and away taken for ball 1. And we're going to have time called as Coach Dow makes his way out to the mound. So we'll take a quick break and be right back. So we will resume play, and looks like Seth Gray will be given the ball to finish this inning, as it doesn't look like anybody's warming up in the bullpen. So number 37 steps in, a 1-0 count. Runner takes off, and Canales fakes the throw. But the runner at third not far enough, and Cootencooler doesn't cover third. So a runner will move up. And the count now 2-0. And this one's lined to the right field side and foul out of play. 2-1. And that fastball right down Main Street, and he's wishing he'd have that one back. 2-2. And Seth Gray 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. And this one's lined into center field. Tolley barely has to move, and that will be the 3rd out. So we'll head to the top of the 7th. The score's still 11-2, and we'll be right back. And welcome back for the top half of the 7th. Due up for the Stars will be the 6, 7, and 8. Ty Simonelli, Kyle Tolley, and Bo Kutenkooler. As Simonelli gets set. 0 for 1 today with a walk. And a walk in his last appearance. And first pitch fastball high and away, ball 1. Number 25 back on the mound for the Cougars. 1 strikeout and 1 walk so far. And that fastball is low. 2-0 the count now. And the fastball that time catches the inside part of the plate. 2-1 now. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. And that fastball gets way away from the pitcher. Arm side. As that one not even close to home plate. 3-1. And that fastball knee high catches the inside part. And that'll run the count full now, 3-2. So the payoff pitch for Simonelli coming up. And that fastball is high for ball 4. And Simonelli will be aboard with a leadoff walk. His second of the day.
Number 22, Kyle Tolley.
That'll bring in the center fielder, Kyle Tolley. He's 1 for 2 with a single. And first pitch looked like it might have been slider that time, up around the eyes, ball 1. And Simonelli not looking like he's not going to go anywhere at first base. And that fastball is low. 2-0 the count now. And pick to first, and Simonelli is back with plenty of time, as he barely even had to make a step to get back to the bag. Two-0 count for Tolley. And the fastball that time is low and away, 3-0. And there's some action in the Cougars bullpen as they have another right-handed pitcher warming up. And that fastball chest high, taken for a strike, as Tolley thought it was ball 4. So 3-1 count. Nobody out and a runner on first for Tolley. And that one is up over his head for ball 4. And back-to-back walks will have the Stars at first and second with nobody out. Now batting Justin Szymanski. He'll be coming in as a replacement for Bo Kutencooler at first base. Kutencooler was 0 for 2 today with a line out to the shortstop and a ground ball to the second baseman. And we're going to take time real quick and be right back.
Number 21, Justin Szymanski.
And welcome back for the top half of the 7th. Runners at first and second with nobody out. And coming in as a replacement, Justin Szymanski. He'll be taking the place of Bo Kutencooler. And coming in to pitch for the Cougars will be number 32. And the Stars will need to push across 2 more runs, I believe, to keep the game going. And first pitch is swung on and fouled. And looks like something went flying. I believe it's the catchers. Oh no, it would be Szymanski's. The Stars using a new PitchCom system, one's different from last year. And that's what went flying out of the forearm of Szymanski on that one. So 0-1 the count on the foul ball. And curveball swung on and missed. And looked like it crossed probably a little low, but swung on nonetheless. 0-2 now. And the pitch. Another curveball taken down the middle for strike 3. And that will be the first out here in the 7th. Now batting the 9-hole at shortstop, Alex Showalter. Had a 2 RBI double in his last appearance.
Number 8, Alex Showalter.
He'll come up with runner in scoring position. And 1 out here in the 7th. And this one's lined into center field. It's in the right center gap. Center fielder appears to have a beat on it. And the tag from second base will not happen as Simonelli stays put. And that'll be the second out. And that'll bring in the top of the order now for the Stars as Gabe Cooler steps in. He popped out to the second baseman his last time up. 1 for 3 today with a double. And first pitch curveball swung on and missed. And it looked to be a high curveball at that. 0-1. And another curveball. This one low and away. Even count 1-1. 2 outs and runners at first and second for the Stars. And that fastball catches the outside part. 1-2 now. And the Stars down to their last strike here in game 1 today. And slider that time had a lot of movement on it, and it is in outside 2-2. And the fastball swung on and missed up in the zone for strike 3. And that will do it here in game 1. Final score 11-2 Cougars. We're going to log off the live real quick and get things ready for game 2 against East Central.
For the Stars in the top of the 7th,
Believe first pitch will be at about 5:30.
one left on base.
We'd like to thank you for joining us and encourage you to join us for game 2 today momentarily.
Cougars 11,